Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 10:30 on Wednesday night. Meant to be a bit earlier, but I got a phone call there earlier. I was talking to a man for over an hour on the phone. Paul Earley, a good friend of mine, that rang me in a long time. I said in the finish, when the hour was up, I said, because it's nearly time to call a halt and we'll chat again. We went over a lot of stuff. It's great to reminisce. Took me away from my horses though. We had won today. I did say last night that the hurdle course was supposed to be good and chase course heavy, or vice versa. It was heavy that we didn't want. Lily, she kept the horse all the way on the outside, looking for a bit of fresher ground, and then and you could see that she was losing lengths on each turn, and then on the turn for home, when you think she had the straight to run at on the better ground on the outside, what she do? She switched to the inside, where the ground was at its worst, and the horse went backwards. I'm not saying it wouldn't have won, but it might have got up closer to a place if it stayed on the outside, I would have thought. But as I've said before, what do I know about riding horses? What was the name would steal the moves? Didn't steal many moves. Tomorrow, I didn't do any videos. Had them lined up earlier, and they're at the end now. So I want to get this done faster. There is a handicap hurl in Taunton, 2 miles 3 and 1 yard. Just a rose for the Paul Nichols yard is the Fav Annie Harriman Askin, second favourite. I'm going to suggest an each way bet on last year's winner, Himalaya, Olive Nichols. Looks like it has been targeted for the race again. She rode it last year and it was 107 and it's 106, so it's a pound lower. Still only a 6-year-old. The 10 to 1 shot. If you look at last year, from June to October had a break, then 6th of 9, and then it won by a couple of lengths. 10 to 1, 107 rated. And she was on the last day in Taunton, good to firm. Little bit of cut on the ground, no harm. I don't want it heavy. Each way bet. Numbers, because a few of them playing 4 places there. Just looks like there has been targeted for the race. Horse we want to see winning tomorrow in a 3-horse race is Diva Luna. Done us a good turn the last day. It's too short to have a bet. It's odds on, but we want to see that winning so that it'll be in our armoury the new year. On to Punchestown, a nice little race, novice chase at 10 to 12. Pure Steel is the favourite, but I'm going with Its Bilbo. The little thing about it is that the Bromhead's yard has gone a bit quiet. 0 for 39 in the last 14 days. But it was on the 17th of November, it was behind Kopek de Board. But it came to the last, and indeed to the second last. It came to travelling very, very well. He won by 13. It was short headed for third. But it was second in a grade 2 hurdle last year. I'm thinking maybe that's better for him to be behind that horse than Pure Steel, the favourite, to be behind Irish Panther. I'd be either right or wrong. And there's a weight difference as well. It's a 4-year-old against a 5-year-old. There's £6, isn't there? £6 in weight. And the Yates prefer a bit better ground. So hopefully he can turn his form around in the 12:20 A horse that I tipped up before this meeting was abandoned the other day, but the bookies have cottoned on to it. So 7.5, 8-1 last week. Argento boy is now 4-1 shot. Caressa Blue, that actually beat Its Bilbo in that race that I mentioned. This is only a 4-year-old as well for Rob Coor. Messrs. Elliot and that was in Limerick. The reason I was going with Argento Boy, heavy ground, won at the track before that he might get out there, and it's owned by Turley's in Rathnewer or Turnewer. Ballygunner Castle is by Soldier of Fortune. Some of them I prefer better ground for them. Argento Boy. There's an each way play it was last week. There's a lovely little mare's novice hurl. Echoing Silence is the selection. I was impressed with this the last day. This was bought for 410,000. A lot for a mare. A point for Sam Curling. But it was very impressive the way it picked up in Cork the last day. Probably trying to get a replacement for Honeysuckle. Couldn't think of her name the other night. I was impressed with the way that picked up. Switch from Diesel, one on the flat. There's 2 handicap hurls. I picked each way best and I'll stick with it. You're simply the best. Stepping up in trip. I showed the video the other night, just staying on Punchestown over 2.5. The relentless sort of a galloper type. Ted's Corner, there was money for the other night because I've cottoned onto it as well for Tony Martin. We're getting a bit of weight each way bet. And then the last race, if one of the other ones is my nap, this could be my next best. An 8-year-old gelding, Lough, Nigara, for Owen Griffin. What happened there? Future entries are priced. 2 good runs the last twice at Fairy House. One against better opposition, I thought, better times ahead. Hadn't ran from May, looked like it needed a run. Then it was way back in the field the last day. It was 5th or 6th on the turn for home, and I got up to finish 2nd. Third time back after the layoff. I think I put it up £3, but he was 93 before. Opened up 4-1 earlier. Let's check. £130, best price there. Yeah, that's about it. Anyway, I got this into the oven. No videos tonight. Bash the bookies over and out.